Zip. Zip, or Zone Improvement Plan, came out in 1989 because back then, computer storage was incredibly expensive and internet speeds were super slow. This made sending files a nightmare, so people needed a way to bundle everything into one small package. The best thing about Zip is that it's universal. Whether you're using Windows, Mac, or even a phone, you can open a zip file without downloading any extra software. Another thing you should know is that Zip allows you to password protect your files, but the encryption is pretty old and weak. So if you're trying to hide sensitive data from a hacker, a basic zip file isn't going to stop them for very long. But here's the thing, because it was built to work on everything, its compression isn't actually that strong. So if you're trying to shrink a massive 10 gigabytes folder, Zip might only save you a tiny bit of space, which makes it feel kind of useless for heavy files. It's basically the jack of all trades that works everywhere, but it's definitely not the most powerful tool for saving space. RAR, or Rochelle Archive, came out in 1993 as an upgrade from Zip. What makes RAR special is that it uses a much more advanced algorithm, which means it can squeeze files down to a much smaller size than a regular zip. And what makes it even better is that it has a recovery record feature. This was a lifesaver in the era of unstable internet, because if your file got slightly corrupted during a long download, RAR could actually repair itself and save your data. And just so you know, RAR also has a feature called Solid Archiving. This treats all the files in your folder as one big continuous block of data, which helps it find even more patterns to shrink the size even further than a standard archive. However, the big problem is that RAR is proprietary. Unlike Zip, Windows can't open it natively, so you have to download a program like WinRAR. 7Z. 7Z, or 7-Zip, is basically the modern king of compression that made shrinking files much more common for normal people. This happens because 7Z is completely open source and uses an architecture called LZMA, which is insanely efficient. In most tests, a 7Z file will be significantly smaller than both a zip and a RAR file. What's also cool about 7Z is that it can create self-extracting archives. This means you can turn your compressed folder into a .exe file, so you can send it to someone who doesn't even have 7-Zip installed, and they can still open it just by double-clicking. But the most important thing about 7Z is that it supports massive file sizes and has very strong encryption to keep your data private. But the catch is, because the compression is so heavy, it actually takes more CPU power to pack and unpack these files. So if you have a slow, old computer, extracting a huge 7ZD archive might make your whole system freeze or take a long time to finish. TAR, or Tape Archive, is a bit different from the others. Originally, TAR didn't actually compress anything. It just took a bunch of different files and glued them together into one single file. This is called bundling. It was created back when people stored data on physical tapes and needed to keep folder structures perfectly intact. But the reason you see TAR files being small today is because they are usually combined with other formats. This is why you'll often see files ending in .tar, .gz. It's like putting your clothes in a suitcase to keep them organized, and then using a vacuum sealer to suck the air out so the whole thing becomes tiny and easier to move. gzip, or GNU-Zip, is basically the vacuum sealer of the internet. This is a high-speed tool that is used everywhere to compress website data so that pages load faster on your phone. See, when you visit a website, the server doesn't send you the raw, heavy files. It often sends you a zip version because it's much faster to move across the network. But just a side note, zip is only meant for individual files, not entire folders. So it's built for speed and efficiency in moving data from a server to your screen, not for archiving your personal photos. XZ. This is like the 7Z of the professional world. It takes a long time to compress, but the resulting file is incredibly small. You'll usually see this used for software updates or system files where saving every single megabyte of bandwidth is a huge deal. For a normal Windows user, you'll probably never need to create an XZ file, but you'll definitely run into them if you start getting into coding or Linux servers later on.